Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language episode 541.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
Yep. This is our pre-Christmas hoedown. So happy holidays to everybody, whatever it is you celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate, I
applaud you.
You know, I hope the wind is always at your back.
Fair enough.
Whatever. I got
some
nothing
sort
else.
of, I hope your stocking is always full of foot. I don't know. I got nothing.
Yeah. It's pretty.
I already actually celebrated yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Just like my Thanksgiving, Brian, my Christmas for my family was stupid early.
Well, that's cool. I mean, you'll have like St. Patrick's Day here in about a month.
Dude, that'll be dope.
So, yeah. Cinco de Mayo in like 2 months, you'll be
left like the middle of January and I'm running around in my kilt.
You'll be having Cinco de March.
Why can't I buy green beer?
Yeah. Like, buddy, I think you're a little early.
Man, yeah, it was good though,
Yeah.
Lots of food, of course.
Good.
I made some peanut butter fudge that will immediately put you in a diabetic coma.
Perfect. Yeah.
So it's pretty dope.
That's actually, I have the hardest time eating fudge, as an adult for that reason, because it's just so sweet.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
But
I like it. I just
and here's what I did of mine. After I got the fudge base put together, you pour it in the little panty pan, and then I dump chocolate chips and peanut butter chips on top.
Sure. As you do, right?
Just for extra diabetes.
Yeah, of course.
But
right.
Bro,
yeah.
So good.
You just got there's just a line of insulin pens laid out.
Yeah, it should be like one of those, what do they call them from Mardi Gras? Those king cakes. So if you get the little baby, you win. It's just, you just get the insulin pen and you're the big winner. Everyone else is losing toes and feet.
Yeah.
Assholes.
You leave the party, you got 9 of them jammed in you.
Exactly. You remember when Blade in Blade 1 killed the Deacon Frost? He had 43 syringes stabbed into his chest.
Yeah. Yes.
Just like that, but insulin pens.
Man.
Yeah, it was good though. It was good.
You're just walking through, place or walking, home, and people are like, man, that guy must have really partied last night.
Bro, I woke up this morning feeling a little rough, and I honestly think it was because of all the food and desserts.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. I mean, because it's not like I had a couple beers. It's not like I got crazy at my parents' house or anything. But it's like I woke up and I was just like, oh, God. I think it was just sugar hangover, basically.
It very well could be, because you do have the high and the crash from it. So
you do.
Could be. Yeah. Probably shouldn't have ate 5 pounds of that fudge.
Oh, dude, when there's fudge and brownies and 2 different pies, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Jeez, man.
And then as we're packing up food, Ma, why don't you just take the pies with you? It's like, and her schmucker pies. What am I gonna say? No.
Right.
Right. I guess. Oh,
yeah. So now today at work, you have in your lunchbox a piece of pie, bunch of fudge, brownies.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to take the fudge to work to just dole it off on the savages I work with.
Sure. Because they need it.
Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do.
Yeah.
But the pie, though, I mean, Schmucker's pie, that's staying with me.
You got to keep it. Yeah, you got to. That's inner circle stuff. You might share it with certain people, but that's not going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's like bringing out the good booze at the party.
Right, right.
You only do that when it's just you and your close friends left.
Exactly.
Random assholes are there. They can just, keep it.
Grab that bottle of wild turkey. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, and I think I've bitched about it before on our past Christmas episodes.
Probably.
I love my family. I do. Love hanging with them. They're great.
Right.
I don't like the gift situation.
Yeah, the gift thing once you're an adult is weird.
Well, no. Here's my deal.
Oh, okay.
I like gifts. I like opening gifts. I like being surprised. Ooh, you got me a fucking pizza cutter. Yes. Whatever.
Yeah. pizza cutter slash penis enlarger.
Yes, exactly. You slap it on your dick, then you cut the pizza.
Right. No unitaskers in your
no
household.
No unitaskers.
By the way, that would be a very wild invention.
Yes, the pizza cutter sheath.
You need to get a hold of. There's a guy on like various social medias that posts like that he creates like terrible inventions. You need to get with him to get him to make that.
Yes, I agree. The pizza cutter dick sheath.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my.
No, it's like if my parents. It's been like this every year for me, for the past 15 years. It's a card of a check, which is fine.
Yeah,
whatever. I've come to
they just draw a big check in the
it's just
card.
A big check drawn, assholes.
Like you're the number one son.
Good job, mark. Gold star. We'll see you next year.
What a shitty. I kind of want to do that to somebody now.
Like, oh, did you get my check? Mm-hmm. But it's fine.
Somebody posted. Have you seen the shut up and take my money card? It's Fry, and then on the inside it looks like where
shove money in his hand.
Yeah, I was like, I would just put Monopoly money in there, or like Kohl's cash or something.
Those $20 bills that are from a church that have like a prayer on them.
Oh God, yes. Oh. I kind of want to get a bunch of those in those
cards.
You
can get them off of Amazon. Like I need some of those fake out 20s that churches hand out.
Yeah, like it's just Jesus, a message from
prayer,
Jesus.
Son of a bitch. No, it's like I've come to expect it, so it's whatever. I know I'm not going to have a fun time opening my gift at my mom's.
Right.
But this year, it was the same for all the kids. Like everyone just got envelopes with gift cards or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like this is not fun anymore.
Yeah, like I love when someone gives me a gift card if it's to a place that I really like, because then I'm like, oh, cool, I can use this when I want on something that I really want, kind of a thing. I'm jazzed about that. But it does kind of take something away from it when that's like all everyone gets. You don't get to see anybody open a gift. It's very sterile.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm pumped, because I always buy weird shit for my kids. I can't wait for Christmas.
Right.
It's gonna be great.
Right. Pizza cutters for all of them. Yeah.
Exactly. And I can't see what I can't wait to see their. I like opening up gifts. As a 42-year-old man, I enjoy that still.
Yeah.
That's why it's like the cards, man. Just and like in the past, it really sucked because once upon a time, man. The old ex and I, we were dirt ass poor some years, and that Christmas money went just rate the bills, and it's like this is great,
Yeah. It does suck when you're in that position and someone gives you money. You're like, I'm thankful because at least then you can pay those bills, or at least maybe if you got a little crazy buying the kids some gifts, you can kind of cover your ass with that. It's nice, but at the same time, you're like. Yeah, I'm not gonna enjoy any of this.
This money's gonna see my bank account for a nanosecond.
It's like, well, here's the gas bill. Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, also, like I said, it is. It's like, well, at least it's paid. But yeah, I get you.
I don't know, whatever. Christmas is coming up for real, so it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, y'all, if you remember, Brian, and we should promote it on our socials. We do have a Christmas music playlist on our Salty Language YouTube channel, Salty Language Pod.
I'll have the link in the show notes for anyone who wants it.
I do believe it's called like Merry Christmas, you bitches, or something like that.
It's something like that, yeah. If anybody out there has a suggestion for the list that's not on the list, feel free to send that to us.
I'd love to add to that list.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Now, we do have to talk about, one song that's on there that's, close to both of our hearts, which is John LaJoie's, was it the greatest Christmas song that ever existed?
I believe it's just called The Greatest Christmas Song.
Yeah.
Or The Best Christmas Song.
Right. And you should definitely check. It's the very first song in the playlist. So it's very convenient. Just go to the playlist and then because I looked just a little bit ago.
I don't have it on my tab of songs in my soundboard here. Not, although if we played it, we'd get flagged on YouTube.
Yeah. Although, I will say, we've been flagged a couple of times for stuff like that. It seems like that's easing a little bit.
Well, it's also
because for a while we were getting flagged for a bunch of old episodes.
I mean, it also helps, Brian, that we don't monetize our YouTube, so who cares?
Right.
Flag it.
Well, that's whenever they would send us the thing to where it's like, well, you can, turn off the monetization, and I'm like, yeah, we ain't making any money on this anyway, so okay.
Yes, I shall turn that off.
Yeah, like they're not going to make any money off of us either unless they get paid for the 5 hits we get,
Assholes.
But, definitely go check it out or, enjoy because there's some good weird songs on there.
Pulling it up. Let's see here.
Also, it's just some classic stuff on there.
It's a very salty Christmas is our playlist.
I guess that's more
naturally
family friendly.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't name it Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animals.
I mean, that would have been a great name for it, but I suck at life, so
yeah, it's all right.
It happens.
You were young and stupid then.
Exactly, young and dumb. Wow, that's
2 years ago.
Yes. There we go. Now I got my video stuff synced up. I pulled up our browser on our little recorder here, and I'm like, that's not the browser that. Thank God it didn't have all my porn, my porno.
Right. Been foul for sure.
Very salty language. A very salty Christmas with only 16 tracks. So we gotta step this up, ladies and germs.
Yeah. Although in fairness, like I haven't gone out of my way to look for other songs to add to it or anything like that.
That's true.
We certainly had to throw. Or I believe we did a QoftheW, and then pretty much everything we got suggested at the time we threw in there or something.
Yes, we did.
And I know you and I each had a couple songs we
threw in there, yeah.
Because, John LeJoie's other song is in there too, which the video for that is funnier than the song is, I think.
I don't know.
But
I like the song too.
Oh, I do too.
But the video is classic. It really is.
Yeah. So definitely check that out as well. He's funny. As far as I know, he hasn't done anything foul to get to get blacklisted or anything.
I mean, who knows these days, right?
Well, did you see what's his name? The guy who does Jimmy Pesto's voice on Bob's Burgers. They think they got a picture of him at the January 6th gimmick.
Oh, geez.
It looked like he's not going to be Jimmy Pesto anymore. So.
Oh boy.
I was like, oh
Who's
boy.
This guy, Jay Johnston. It's quite the mustache.
Yeah. He was on Sarah Silverman's show for a while too. He played her sister's husband, I believe, on the show. Yeah.
Let's see here.
I think he was on Mr. Show too, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn pop-up ads.
So yeah.
Oh my God.
And then of course, Louis C.K. also dropped a new.
Do they actually have pictures of him at the riots? I'm scrolling through a news article right now.
The only picture I saw shows the person that they're thinking is him, but they've got like a bandana up over their nose and stuff, so it's not like 100%. So I don't know. I kind of feel like if you don't have a 100% confirmation on the visual, maybe you shouldn't,
it's
fire the guy.
Yeah, it's like a sniper type thing, right? If you don't have it confirmed, you don't take the shot.
Right, because I get it, because that show is very liberal, as far as shit goes. I mean,
right.
Especially the episode with Bob when he's the cab driver and he keeps picking up the like marshmallow or no, I don't think he picks up marshmallow. She just shows up later, but it's very open-minded and progressive in the thinking and such. So I can see where they would not necessarily want that going on there. Although one of the things I hate that we've come to this in ways, but I also love it, which is anything that happens, somebody on the internet, of course, has got to make a joke about it.
Of course, that's what the internet does.
So people were taking pictures of, the people on January 6th and like photoshopping Jimmy Pesto in there with like,
I mean, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, that's pretty funny, but also like,
no, I'm good with it. The internet wins again. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But then, like, I saw, like, there was it was trending on Twitter yesterday. Louis C.K. dropped a new stand-up special called "Sorry," and of course, he's again, not being sorry. And, a lot of people are kind of like, I guess they advertised for it, that he bought an advertisement or whatever, like on SNL.
Oh, really?
So yeah, which is a little surprising. I'm kind of surprised SNL would, run that.
Bryan, everyone likes money.
Yeah, but you'd think they would maybe be like, this guy's kind of toxic. Let's maybe not. So again, it's like whenever people talk about cancel culture, it's like, is it though? Because I mean, he's still doing that's how he was releasing his specials before this. Was the website for like $10 because all the money stays in his pocket this way.
I mean,
he's not doing it through Netflix or something.
I mean,
which I don't blame him for.
I mean, if I had a special.
I think honestly, like Bill Burr, his specials all went through Netflix. I think the main reason was so that F is for Family would get made.
I mean, he was making Netflix specials a long time ago. I think he was. He was on board with Netflix for a minute.
That's kind of what I'm saying, though. Is I think that's kind of why it happened. Was like he was with Netflix, then he wanted to do F is for Family. They've already done well with his specials, so I think that
we'll scratch your back, you scratch our back. Oh,
and then they were probably like, maybe we're the home for your new specials as well. And he was like, that's a great idea, and I think it.
But now he's got his all things comedy, and he could keep it in house and make even more money.
Yeah, but he's not.
I know.
Is a little weird.
That's what's interesting.
Maybe he will going forward or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
It is a little weird though. Although, I mean, who's going to get more eyes on your product than Netflix? Really,
he's Bill Burr. He doesn't need it anymore.
True.
You can just go,
very true.
Hey, you some bitches, I got a fucking thing out.
Yeah.
People be like, oh my God. It's that guy from the Sam Adams commercial. It's that guy from the Mandalorian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Old Billy Redface.
Exactly. Old Billy Redface.
Old Freckles. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Anyway, but it was so of course, the thing I can't get over with the Louis C.K. thing and again the internet making jokes is like it's the same fucking joke.
Oh yeah.
Here's my thing.
The old beating a dead horse.
Right? It's the criticism a lot of people were giving Chappelle was that Chappelle keeps making transgender jokes, but they're the same jokes. Like he's not really saying or doing anything new. He's just beating the same thing, And same with the Louis C.K. thing. It was like, Louis C.K. unexpectedly whipping out a special, is the most Louis C.K. thing Louis C.K. could do. And I'm like, yeah,
hilarious.
Like that was funny a couple years ago when he dropped the other special. That was the same joke they were making then. It's like, this is something that bugs me about the internet and the joke making on the internet is that the internet the internet is a shark. It doesn't look backwards a lot of times, right? In ways it does. But when it comes to like joke making, a lot of times it doesn't. It just goes, I'm going to say this and everyone's supposed to laugh. And people are like, I heard that 10 years ago.
What you're saying is a lot of times it's Facebook for memes.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen this one? I has cheeseburger.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Oh,
it really.
God damn it, Aunt Cindy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck. So I clicked on it.
Yep. That's exactly what it feels like. Is you're just listening to these same things from years ago, and it was like, yeah, Carlin said that, or whatever, and it's not even like, okay, this is an homage to him or something. It's like, no, he literally said that exact joke. Or Hedberg said that, something like that, and it's like, it just shows that people aren't looking at what came before them when they're making these jokes, and it just gets irritating.
Right.
Because on Twitter, there's so many people who get all pissy about joke thieves, but then I'll see some of their comments and it's like, you're a hack. If you're a hack, you can't get mad at someone else being a joke thief.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Because hack jokes get made by everybody.
Yeah, I make them all the time.
That's why you're a hack. That's why you're not a rich comedian or you're not successful. That's why you're a hack, is because you're doing the same thing everyone else is doing. Yeah. That's what makes it hacky.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
if you want to throw in Saki, I'm in. That sounds like a good time.
No, okay. Let's not. But anyway,
bro, I feel like death right now. Just gonna let you know.
Liquid death?
Maybe we'll see what happens. We'll see how the night develops.
I just thought you were, once again trying to shoehorn in.
No, I don't have any to. I'm actually drinking tea and water tonight, as opposed to my typical podcast of beers.
This is very strange. I don't know if I like.
We got, at Christmas we got gift cards, Brian.
To the liquor store.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I went to the old Texas Roadhouse.
Oh man, I haven't been out there since COVID.
I haven't been to the one they built on Secor yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's one over there.
And I was like, man, let's just go out to dinner. That's what I was telling Michelle yesterday. I'm like, let's just go out to dinner tomorrow because it's podcast night. I don't feel like cooking.
Right.
God damn, I eat like a savage.
And as we've said before, for a chain, I mean, they seem to do all right with a piece of steak.
Yeah, I've never not had a good steak there.
Right? It's like, is it the best steak ever? Probably not. There's probably better, I'm sure, but
it's a legit steak.
I can't complain.
But here's the of course we got the old, what do they call it? The fucking cactus blossom.
Oh,
because I haven't had one of those deep fried delicious onions in a long time.
Yeah.
So between all the table bread,
and then
a repeat basket of table bread.
Well, you have to. I mean,
and then the stupid onion.
All those damn places like that have ever existed, they always seem to have a bread that you're like, man, I just can't get enough of this, even though you probably could make your own, buy your own at any time, but you just don't. You're only eating that small, like, pumpernickel loaf or whatever while you're there.
It's like some sort of little buttered roll, and then it has this, like, I don't even know what's in the butter that comes with it, but it's delicious.
I think it's like a cinnamon butter, if I'm not mistaken.
Gunslinger jizz butter or something. I don't know what it is. I think
that might be it, actually.
Menu. I don't know.
I think so. That's probably right.
And here's my one thing I was disappointed by.
Although I should probably not look under Texas Roundhouse.
Yeah, you're going to just find Walker Texas Ranger.
Yeah. Could be worse. My grandma one time referred to Outback as outhouse.
I mean, that seems accurate. I've had Outback before.
As many emergency crews as I saw over there, that one where I used to work. Like every Friday night, there was a EMT, ambulance or something pulled up in front of. Not like, oh, we're here to get dinner, but like we're here to pick up someone
else. Goddamn, it's choking out on a piece of kangaroo.
So many times.
No, their beer selection was ass, dude.
Yeah, what do you expect there, right?
I was expecting anything. Like, I'm like, what's on tap? Oh, Bud Light, Budweiser. We're out of Sam Adams seasonal, and I'm like,
so craft.
I got some fucking galoot sitting in front of me, so I can't see the tap handles, and clearly this woman has no idea what she's talking about. And I see that little Rheingeist KKK ghost they use,
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, just give me a Rheingeist. I'm not a huge fan of that Truth, but it's drinkable.
Yeah,
and
fair
then come
enough.
to find out as we're leaving, I look over, there's a goddamn Ernest Brewworks handle on there.
Oh, come on.
Right? But I ate like a fucking savage, dude. I got the steak, I got the sweet potato, which, by the way, their fucking sweet potato, they bury it in burnt marshmallow now.
Oh, I know. The thing is, like, normally, like, if you're like, I'll get you a baked sweet potato, I'm like, dude, I just need a little butter, maybe a little cinnamon, I'm good. Or brown sugar, something like that, you know? But when I go there, I'm like, I'm just gonna be stupid here. Like, give me the marshmallows, put it all on there. I don't care. It was
stupid. It was insane. It was lunacy. I don't know why I did it, but I ate it because it was good.
Because it was good.
Yeah, but man, although here's my problem that I have though with Texas Roadhouse.
Horrific diarrhea.
Not yet. Liquid death might happen.
Oh my.
No.
Actually, it shouldn't be horrific diarrhea. It's red meat. It should be like, backing up your colon, I guess. But anyway,
that's true. Yeah. No. For some reason today, Monday, December 20th, there was like 14 birthday parties there or something.
It's because people can't get in there a lot of times because they're only open from like 4:00 on.
Well,
so they probably reschedule their birthdays on days that aren't their birthdays. So that's what happened.
Those people. Because it's like we're having a nice conversation. I'm enjoying my food. Then let me move the mic. Because then it's like,
good call.
Listen up, everybody. We got And it's like 10 minutes later, it happens again. And then it happens again. And like, if it's one of the guys was like, "Oh, celebrating his 45th birthday." I'm like, who, unless they're giving you a discount, I'm going in like with a trench coat and a hat on like I'm a flasher.
Dude.
No one's going to know.
We went there one time and it was my birthday. And I'm like, please do not tell him that. And people
come sit on the saddle. Fuck you. How about that?
And I'm like, no. And it's like, no, because first of all, like, I don't want to do this. I know you don't, meaning they don't want to do that, you know?
Like, we're going to turn this birthday party into a Texas strap match.
Yeah. I mean, that I'd be down for, you know? Like, me and the server of my choice. And
meet up in the squared circle.
Yep. Attached by a 10-foot leather strap or whatever. Okay. Now that's a birthday party.
That's a party.
But otherwise, nah, I'm good, man. Like, you can just give me a free dessert or give me a discount on the bill.
See, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, is there a discount? Is that why there's people? Or because, I know some restaurants do get. Well, you know what? I have the internet right in front of me.
Well, do you know what some of it is? Is that people just want to go there because it embarrasses other people.
Well, fuck those people too.
And I'll be honest, like, I hate it for multiple reasons. One is my sensory issues,
right?
Because it's loud.
Yes,
and I hate it. You know, but also, and again, loud noises can trigger my migraines. So reason two, I hate it. I mean, and that's not even getting into I just don't want to be bothered. No. Like, leave me alone. Like, if they wanted to come over I wouldn't have a problem if they wanted to come over and just say happy birthday or something to that effect.
So on your birthday, you get a free appetizer. Fuck you, I'll pay the $7.
My dignity's worth the $7.
Yeah, like if I'm in a Mexican restaurant and I see 14 people come out in mariachi costumes, I'm probably leaving.
I don't know. That might be cool.
No.
I might allow the mariachi band to serenade.
It's only cool if suddenly a luchador comes out of nowhere and starts Karaning people.
Okay, that would also be very
if
cool.
They do that on your birthday, I'm down.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, you and I are going there for every birthday. If that's and not even just ours.
Just anybody's birthday.
We're showing up and just as people are coming and be like, "Is today your birthday?" It should be.
Yeah, I don't understand why you got to be a center of attention like that. And I know, like you were saying, some people do it just to goof on people.
Especially like kids, like parents will do it to
but
children.
What about it's his 45th birthday? Unless that man is, a few crayons short of a 64 pack,
or it's his last birthday.
Yes, you just look over. Like, he's hooked up to oxygen and shit.
Yeah, it's like this is it. Like, hey, let's send him off with putting him on a wooden saddle in the middle of a restaurant.
Go ahead, get the sweet potato and the marshmallows. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the way everyone wants to go. Full of red meat and sitting on a wooden saddle.
Get that ribeye and sit up on that saddle that everybody with COVID's kissed. It's like the Blarney Stone for assholes.
Yeah. Well, do you remember back? This is a long time ago. Back when I turned, I believe it was 21. I think it was, and me, and
back when
Joe
went automobiles, right?
Yeah, like we went to Hooters and they wanted me to stand up on the bar stool so they could serenade me, and I'm like, nope.
They're like, sure, if you start sucking my dick.
Yeah, it's like the only way I'm going up top to the top rope is if I'm coming down with an elbow, baby.
Okay, well, now Brian, you got to do the Chris Benoit headbutt.
Oh, I was thinking if you hoist one of them up and then we hit the doomsday device.
Well, that's fair.
I mean, that seems okay too.
Does seem okay.
But, yeah.
I will hoist a Hooters girl up on my shoulders.
I'm sure it wouldn't take much convincing for that to happen. It would be a little weird for me to basically, take her head off because I'm coming at her with like a Stan Hansen lariat. I'm not, I'm not holding back.
Hey, when she put on those tights, she should have been ready for war.
Because I got to protect the business.
The business. Yeah, the old Texas size yeehaw 42 times tonight was a little much though.
Yeah, that's my other thing. It's like even when you're just sitting there like you were, and you're not part of any of that, it's intrusive. Into your enjoyment. Like most people look and they're just like, ugh. If you look around, most people aren't like, oh, goody, more singing.
Like, yay, someone else is getting the shit embarrassed out of them.
Yeah, more people are like, hey, can we put a clock on, like, can you make it mandatory 10 minutes between these things? Or, you
How
know,
about
like,
just no.
let's calm down before we hit another one. Like, do we have to do wave after wave
That's
after
exactly
wave?
what it was. It was
Yeah.
fucking
And that place
terrible.
is noisy.
It's
Yeah,
already
and those
loud in
places,
there.
yeah.
You know?
So I looked up what their butter is made of.
Oh,
And
is it Gunslinger Jizz as I thought?
it's not.
Oh.
No, it's called cinnamon honey butter. You were close. I mean, you know, it's pretty close. Yeah. Apparently it's made from I love this. Like, kids love it. Like, adults love
no
it. What are you
shit,
talking
exactly.
about kids? I've seen adults almost slap their mother for it.
I was doing lines at the table.
Yeah, so it's got salted butter, powdered sugar, honey, vanilla extract, cinnamon, sea salt, and methamphetamine.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Powdered sugar.
Oh, and honey. I'm sorry. Oh, I said honey.
So it's got honey and powdered sugar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to feel like trash tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, apparently, you know, mix all the stuff, beat it till it's smooth, and then, you know, slather it on your nipples, basically.
Perfect.
Although I will say this, it says, you know, suggestions for what to eat it on: banana bread.
Oh, okay, man. That's legit.
That's like pancakes, waffles.
Right.
That sounds all right. Pretzel bread. Hells yeah. Muffins. French toast. Cornbread. I don't know about cornbread.
Would be
I'm
legit.
sure it's good on there.
But wait.
Yeah.
If it's that classic Southern cornbread, hell no. If it's corn cake, we're talking.
Yeah, because see, I like, if you're giving me like out of the like cast iron skillet cornbread, I just want butter. I'm real simple with it. That's all I want. This stuff's great, but just give me butter. I'm good.
Right. You don't want butter with jizz and cinnamon and angel dust and.
No, I'm okay. I mean, if it was there, would I use it? Yeah. It also says it also says you can freeze it for up to 2 months too. So if you make, you know, somehow you make too much of it, which I can't imagine that existing.
I mean, I'm not mad at this idea of making compound butter like that for a holiday event.
Right. You know? I'm actually thinking I'm going to keep this little recipe here, even though it's, you know, something I should be able to remember pretty easily. But
just mix deliciousness with butter.
Yeah.
For more deliciousness.
I'll put it in the show notes if anyone wants to. And I will say this. Unlike, you know, and there's a convenient jump to recipe button right at the top, so you don't have to read about this guy.
There's not a life story.
No, well, there is, but you can skip it and just go.
When I was a young child, my parents took me to Texas Roadhouse. There in the bathroom, my uncle did things, but the butter, my friends,
yeah,
that took the memories away.
Yeah. Hey. All right.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, fuck you and your birthday. You just eat your steak and shut the fuck up.
Dude, I could not agree more. I'm very much like, hey, let's go out to eat. I'm not like, hey, let's go out so a bunch of strangers can yell at me while clanging plates together or something, or yelling yeehaw.
See, that would, if I had a steakhouse and people were like, oh, do you do a birthday thing? I'd be like, yes, we do. And we'd come out to the table and we'd just be like, eat your steak and shut the fuck up.
And happy birthday.
Oh, and happy birthday. Here's a cupcake.
You just bring him out a bucket of that butter. He's like, here, eat this. You know?
Exactly.
Like, all right.
We all dipped our bowls. And
yeah. Like, what they need to do is figure out a way of pouring that butter into a milkshake.
Oh, my God. No, that's a terrible idea that we're going to do for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking butter milkshake. Not buttermilk. Butter, milkshake.
A honey cinnamon butter milkshake. Tell me it doesn't sound amazing.
I mean, in small doses. Because like, if you were like, you're like, you know what? I need a 32 ouncer.
That's the only way we're serving it. That's the small.
Exactly.
It only goes up from there. You know those like yard beers? Like, we have one of those.
Like, I'll have a small coronary, please. Coming right up.
Yep. Like, would you like cinnamon honey butter on top of that? Well, duh.
Jeez, of course.
We have a whipped cream made with it that goes on top.
Yeah, actually, I could see doing a cinnamon honey whipped cream for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God damn it. I'm hungry again. No, actually, I'm not. I still feel like I want to die.
Nah, you'll be all right. Just eat some more steak. That's the problem.
I've been craving steak too.
I have too. I've been eating a lot of like pork and chicken and whatnot lately, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna probably have to grab some
you have to go
steaks
punch
soon.
a steer in the face.
As you do.
I got my ham today from work. That's dope.
Nice. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know what I'm gonna do if it's a big fucking ham.
Yeah.
Probably throw it on smoker though. Do some sort of delicious bourbon glaze, you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. But it's so much ham.
Yeah, it is.
It's like I got Leah coming this weekend, but she don't. Even when she ate meat, she didn't like ham.
Yeah. Well, my mom's been wanting me to get a ham to make different stuffs, and then also to make soup because the ham bone.
Ham bone, exactly.
And I just keep looking at it sucks because it's the wrong time of year to buy a ham.
Well, yeah.
Because the prices are elevated because of holidays and whatnot. It's like, yeah. I just told her, I was like, we're gonna have to just wait a couple weeks because the hams I was looking at are like $30 for like a small ham. It's like this is. Yeah, well, one with the bone.
Yeah.
You can get the like ham loaf ones, where they've repurposed it into a convenient rectangle-ish shape, and you can get those much cheaper, but that's just not the same,
I had no idea. Maybe I should be thankful for my Christmas bonus of a decent sized ham.
I'm sure there's places to buy them cheaper. I just haven't really looked.
Yeah, have you been to Henry's Ham Supply?
No, I haven't.
Check it out, Brian. They got hams of all shapes and sizes.
Come on down to Henry's Hams Unlimited. We have unlimited hams. First come, first serve.
First come, first. Just some dude in his truck.
Yeah.
Sets up one of those like Coleman portable shelters.
Yeah. Did you steal these?
Like, no, of course not. Shut the fuck up.
I keep my sources anonymous. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It sucks that you can't get what would be ideal is like half a ham, so it's still got a good piece of the bone in it that you could use, but it's also not like a giant ass ham because that's a lot of ham for, like your scenario, that's a lot of ham for 2 or 4 people. Ours is like for 3 people. It's a lot of ham if you buy one of them big old like.
Yeah, the ham my mom had was fucking enormous. I was trying to figure out if it came off a goddamn dinosaur or something.
Might have. That's how Henry grows them over at Henry's Ham.
Apparently, chock full of growth hormones.
Yeah, that's the unlimited part. It isn't that he has unlimited amount of ham. He can just make a ham in pretty much any size you need it.
Man, dude, this pig was doing fucking squats, bro.
Yeah, that pig don't skip leg day.
Oh, here comes Life Flight again. It's like, I feel like I'm in a Vietnam movie every time it flies by. I can't wait to not be in this neighborhood.
The chopper. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So I've been the other night I fired up the DC Lego Villains game.
Oh shit, I played a little bit. What's your villain? What'd you make?
Oh, dude. Okay, so I'm going through the creative guy thing in there, and I was like, do I go nutty or do I go like? So at first I'm like, well, I'm gonna kind of make him look like me, beard, put a black hat on him, like a ball cap on him, and glasses, and I'm like just running around. I'm like, well, I'll give him a bat, and then I'm like, tee, I'll give him a flesh colored bat, so it looks like I'm winging people with a giant dildo, basically.
Naturally.
Well. Then in the game, like the first power you get is the ability to like shoot something out of, like you can choose whether it comes out of your hands, eyes, or your object. So mine shoots a white beam. So it looks like I'm just rifling enemies with jizz when this thing's going full strength. And I'm just having the greatest time laughing myself stupid at how immature I am.
My villain, he's got purple clothes on. He's got bright green hair, a beard, and like goggles. He's wearing a respirator and a scuba tank.
Sure, as you do, yeah.
And his weapon of choice is a giant sausage.
I almost went with the sausage, and then I saw the bat, and I was like, the bat looks more dick-shaped for what I'm doing.
Well, the giant sausage immediately made me choose his name, and it's because he beats up people with his sausage. So he's Angry Frank.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the Sausage King or something.
That would have been better.
Yeah, I like Angry Frank. Is good,
though. He beats him up with his Frank.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the villain. It's really the Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a silly game. We played it for a little bit. Just a wee.
Yeah.
I think we got out of Arkham or whatever.
Yeah. I played, I think, the first 2 or 3 boards.
Right.
Something like that. So, because they take a little bit of time to get through. Also, I'm going through trying to make sure I'm getting the true villain thing because I'm stupid. Like, I shouldn't be. I should just play it through. And then when you go back in free mode, that's when you get all the things. Yeah, because it's so much easier than doing it when you're trying to play the game and, cops show up every once in a while or whatever. Yeah.
I beat him with my sausage.
Yeah. I beat him with my flesh-colored bat. Or shoot him from a distance,
From a distance.
Oof.
I did a
good.
I did a slideshow to that song in music class in like 7th grade.
Oh, wow.
The music selection we had to choose from was very limited.
Yeah, was it the one where you had to draw on like
the little slides and
we did. Me and my partner did Shot Through the Heart.
You got a partner? I do that shit all by myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was a big.
The fuck.
I did all the drawing, so it was Although in fairness, most of it was stick figures because I could get a lot of them done, and you need a lot of panels.
Yeah, I think it was silly. Yeah.
I shouldn't say Shot Through the Heart. It's You Give Love a Bad Name.
Whatever. It's all right.
Yeah.
Gonna go back and change my DC villain to Bon Jovi. Beating up people for sausage.
Well, that was something I was I just figured at the first part of it, I'm like, I'll just make whatever generic dude. Later on, there'll probably be some unlocks, and I'll be able to come back and really tweak it. And I'm a little disappointed because at the point I'm at, there isn't a lot that you can really change. It's still pretty much the same stuff. The only thing that opened up was at first you have miscellaneous weapons, and that's it. I've opened up swords and other stuff now. So, but I'm not going to use them because I've already got a flesh-covered or colored
you got
bat.
a meat sword.
Yeah, that shoots a white substance at villains.
Yeah.
Or, as I should say, not villains. So why on earth would I?
Yeah, why change it up?
Switch it to a sword. Yeah, although the idea of you just shooting this energy out of your eyes and stuff is kind of funny because there's no Cyclops type character.
I want to shoot it out of my character's ass.
That would be awesome. I wish you could choose what part of it, or your groin. Yeah, right. That would be amazing.
Or out of my scuba tank for some reason.
Yes, right. Well, you already said your ass.
Oh, yeah.
That is your scuba tank, isn't it?
That's true. That's true. No. Forgot that's what I call my ass, my scuba tank.
Yeah, scuba tank. Yeah. Which makes no sense, but
it's cool.
Yeah. Good, clean fun though. I definitely enjoyed myself playing.
Right. Yeah, it is a fun game.
Mm-hmm. Although it is there's moments where it's a little frustrating because if you had another person, certain things would be just a touch easier.
Right.
But that's all right. You don't have to have them.
It is what it is.
Yep. I had a lot of fun rolling around as Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, that was very enjoyable once I found out I could play as him.
Yeah. What's cool, too, is once they show the characters in the thing, once you beat the board, you unlock those characters. So then you can play them in free mode.
Nice.
I have all the DLC for the game, too.
All right,
so,
show off.
I bought the game. So,
I got it for free because I'm a cheapskate.
I bought all the DLC stuff was $1 though when I bought it. It was super cheap. Well, not to total, but each piece of it was like $1. I think I spent like less than $10 or $15 to get the game and all the DLC. So I'm more than okay with that because I have a cap on what I'll spend on a Lego game. You know, it's usually like $20.
Right.
Because they're a lot of fun. They're usually a good fun playthrough, and really kind of get a second playthrough because you're doing the you go back looking for other things, and there's challenges you can't do during story mode because you don't have the right character. You know, which is frustrating because there was one of them, I forgot what there was. There was one where the one character I have looks similar to another character, and I'm like, why can't I do this? And then it finally hit me, and I'm like, oh, because that's not the
I'm
right
a silly
character.
goose, that's why.
Because I'm a dum-dum, yeah. So, anyway. So, yeah, you know.
Have you seen they made a remake of Home Alone?
Yeah. I'll be honest. Home Alone 1, I was okay with.
Yes.
That's about where it ended.
Yeah, like, I mean, I can do
2 was fun.
I'm not mad at it.
3, I hated 3.
Yeah, but then I don't even know if I've ever seen 3.
Yeah, well, video store.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the only
point.
reason. Yeah. But I'll be honest, though, like, it was on TV. Home Alone 1 was on TV because it's been on TV like every damn night, basically.
Well, it's a Christmas movie, man.
Yeah, I know, but good Lord.
Dude, it's a Christmas movie, man.
Yeah, I know. There's others, though.
Oh, I know.
So it was on, and I was just like, yeah, I've seen this movie enough for my whole lifetime. You know, like, I was like, it's one of the downsides to working at the video store for all those years is that when Christmas comes around, they want you to play Christmas movies, but they also have to be PG or under.
Right.
And I'm not putting in ones that I can't stand. I'm going to put in ones that, you know, I kind of like, but it kind of ruins them for you.
The whole thing.
Yeah, like I can't put Die Hard in.
I mean,
you know,
you could.
I could, but it's like I can put Jingle All the Way in,
right?
You know, and play that a lot, which I did.
I'm just like we watched.
I can't put Christmas Vacation in. I can't put Scrooged in. I don't think. You know, it's
Bad
like
Santa.
most. Yeah, but that was before Bad Santa too. But also, there's no way that's not. I mean, that's easily in our movie.
No, it's like we watched Home Alone because we usually watch it every year. You know? And I do enjoy the first one.
Yeah.
But once I found out about this and I watched the trailer for it.
Looks terrible,
and they use
a
lot of the same lines from Home Alone. It looks fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like, what? Just leave.
It's even...
let the things just lie.
Well, can you imagine, though, watching... Okay, like, taking what the world we live in now, the technologies and stuff we have now, and you watch the original Home Alone, and you're kind of like, half that stuff wouldn't make any sense now.
Yeah, when it's like, oh shit, we can't get a hold of him because there's no one, no one's answering the phone or whatever because the phone lines are out from the storm,
right?
Or whatever stupid
like
things happened.
The kid would have his own cell phone, most likely.
He'd be on like, his parents would immediately be on Instagram and be like, Kevin, what are you doing? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Or putting out some sort of a please help us in the New York area kind of thing or whatever, So it's like I can understand like when a movie hits a point to where like if it's got a lot of technology type stuff in it and you're like, look, people watching this now are not going to get any of this. I can understand updating a movie.
Right.
But also, nah.
But
I'm with you. I just like alone
because just let the classics be classics.
Yeah, because that's a movie you have to suspend all disbelief to watch it.
Yes,
you really do, because so much of that would, the Wet Bandits would have been just half murdered through that process.
Oh God,
there's no way they take the beating they did and just got right back up.
Dead.
Yeah. Or when he's throwing the damn bricks off the roof.
Well, that was in the second one. To be fair. But
right,
still,
you're right. Yeah.
Dead.
But still, yeah, he hits what's his name, Daniel Stern, like 5 times with a brick off of a roof.
Yeah.
Of like a 2-story building. He'd kill him with those. Like
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my. I mean, I don't know, man.
That's why I said you got to suspend so much disbelief for the movies, to work, because otherwise,
which is fine. I mean, like
this kid's seriously
like we watched Jingle All the Way as well, And it's like you have to suspend so much disbelief there too, because
Totally.
Arnold's wearing a see-through yellow visor, and his wife and son have no idea that's him until he's like, "I'm Turbo Man."
Yeah, that's actually the bigger thing is that there's no change to his voice.
Exactly.
Like, Mom, that guy's got Dad's build, and he sounds just like him. It's just a coincidence.
No way.
It's not even Clark Kent Superman, like, I have glasses on, so I'm clearly unrecognizable as Superman.
Yeah, it's like immediately when he comes out of the float, you think at least his wife would be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Right. Like the kid, okay, the kids are pretty stupid. I get it.
Right. Well, the kid's caught up in that it's
Turbo Man. He's he's in the crowd jacking off or whatever kids do.
Yeah, right.
Because Booster's there. That pink fluffy ass with his little fucking bikini briefs.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, I know. Like you're right though, because the wife. You would think the wife would at least have some hint that it's her husband. Yeah, it's just some. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe she's such a, maybe she's like a huge Turbo Man mark. So she's just, maybe she's out there jacking off to Turbo Man too, I don't
know. This town only really has one jacked dude of a German accent.
Right.
It's so weird that Turbo Man is jacked and has a German accent.
Right. I wonder. Oh, and hey, has anybody? I forgot his name in the movie, but it's like, has anyone seen whatever his name is? Like, no, I haven't. But
he's been running around town looking for a Turbo Man. I know that.
Yeah,
he's been beating up on some poor minority postman.
Oh man, I hear he kicked a bunch of Santa's ass.
Exactly.
He didn't even care. Like little people.
He burnt down his neighbor's house. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah. Hey, who's the new guy playing Turbo Man?
Right.
Like what? Yeah.
And I mean, realistically,
that would have been
soon
like
as he hits the jetpack, he would have just went into a building and died.
Right. That's what I forgot what movie I was watching, and somebody gets on like it's a motorcycle of some sort. And they just, me. Oh, I was watching Central Intelligence, that movie with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah, right.
They're in a warehouse, and Kevin Hart, like, The Rock gets attacked by an assassin or whatever. And while that's going on, Kevin Hart sees the assassin left their motorcycle, their crotch rocket motorcycle.
Well, of course.
And he just right on it, puts his helmet on, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Now, was it one of those like Razor mini bikes? Because it's Kevin Hart.
Well, probably, but in the movie it looked real size because movie magic.
Movie magic. I know the smaller the object is, the more frames per second, so it looks like it's moving normal speed.
Exactly.
So, special effects.
But it just always makes me laugh when stuff like that happens in movies. Where it's like, oh, all of a sudden you know how to ride a crotch rocket, even though you're supposed to be some boring ass like accountant that never does anything exciting. I
mean, at least like with the Matrix, they could upload the data in your head, so you'd just be like, oh, I can ride a motorcycle now.
Yeah, well, I know kung fu.
I can fly a helicopter.
Yeah.
Come on, Trinity. I just learned tantric sex.
I gotta tell you though, the funniest damn thing in that movie, that Central Intelligence, is seriously any time that Kevin Hart is standing next to The Rock, he looks like a child. He really does.
Put a little beanie hat on over a propeller.
Have you seen any of the photos of this past weekend? Tiger Woods and his son played in an event, and his kid looks like if you took a photoshopped adult and shrunk him.
Really?
Like his kid, when he walks, has like an adult walk to him. He doesn't look like a little kid. Like, it's so weird, but he looks like he could be a grown man, but he's just too short to be a grown man.
Could be a grown man.
I mean, he's 12, so he probably hasn't hit he's quite a bit shorter than Tiger at this point. So, he probably hasn't quite hit that growth spurt yet. But it was just so funny when I was watching him walk, because I'm like, he looks like a little adult out there.
He does look like Tiny Tiger. They got matching clothes on.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Like, and when you watch him walk, he walks a lot like his dad.
Is his name Cub? Because that'd be hilarious.
No, it's like Charlie or something.
What an opportunity missed.
I know. Charlie Woods. Yeah. They should have named him something in the, feral cat family,
know, right?
like Bobcat. They should have called him Bobcat. That's his name.
He needs to be involved here is the Tiger King. He needs to be their caddy.
Yeah.
Listen up, motherfucker. Here's your pitching wedge.
Well, they didn't need him because John Daly was in that tournament.
Oh, that's.
I don't know if you know who John Daly is, but he's that dude who was always like fat and drinking on the course.
I'm familiar. I've ordered the John Daly at bars before.
Oh, okay.
It's just an alcoholic Arnold Palmer. It's delicious.
Oh, it is. Yeah. That's who the guy is. But he's made a living playing golf, and yeah.
Man, Santa, if you're listening, bring me a new mouse because this one's trash.
What do you think? Santa's a wild cat? You can just bring a mouse to your doorstep?
I mean, maybe.
Man, that'd be interesting.
Right?
Just see you trying to plug the tail into the computer.
Yes.
Is this a Bluetooth one? It won't. I don't.
I'm not a fan that if I leave my mouse like alone for like 30 seconds, it just shuts off, and then I'm over here clicking buttons like an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like seriously.
Yeah, that's always.
Never again will I buy a cheapo mouse off of Amazon.
Lies. Yeah, you buy a cheap
one off of Wish.
Yeah.
I want one that's going to send all my data to China.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, too. It just comes with something that when you plug it in or connect, it just uploads right to
rips your hard drive.
Yep. You get up in the middle of the night, you just see the Chinese flag waving on your desktop.
Yeah.
Like, oh no!
Like what happened?
Like, oh, not this again. This is just like the Russian one.
Shit. I didn't even click any weird Facebook links.
Yep.
So, Brian.
Yep.
Sorry.
Jeez.
You and I, my friend, we need to go to Patron Saints Brewing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've had beer. It was just years ago now, and it was like I think when they were in their infancy.
Because on Saturday,
had them at that Bacon and Beer Fest.
Oh, there you go.
I went to. They were there, and it was I think their first year of being open.
So on Saturday, I hung out with Michael. Had some beers. We went to 60 cc's, which is the one you were telling me about. Which they had some good beers.
Yeah.
But they also had some beers like they really, really like their bitter hops.
Yeah, I noticed that in stuff that I had seen online of
like I was theirs. Like, ooh, a hazy IPA. This will be citrusy and delicious. It was like bitter. Like, what the fuck? I wasn't expecting. So they really like their bitter hops. I'm picturing like the scene in my head is you're like, ooh, this is gonna be juicy and refreshing as you're taking a sip. Just a stamp comes across the screen that says bitter. That's like 100% accurate what happened.
Bitter, and you're like, ugh.
But they did have some good beers, but we spent most of our time there, and then we're like, let's go up the road to Patron Saints. I wish we just would have went there. The place was really nice, and like all I got was their Christmas ale, but it was fucking delicious.
Right.
Yeah. So I definitely want to go back. I don't know. When's the last time you've been to a proper brewery, my friend? When you and I went to Pavlov's, probably.
It was either that. Yeah, I was gonna say it was that, or when you, me, and Steve hung out. That was like over the summer.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah.
All right. So
it's been a minute.
Yeah,
I think we went to Pavlov's since then. Like once.
I think you and I definitely did.
Even because I think we just went there for a couple pints and left, if I'm not
honestly,
mistaken.
As close as Pavlov's is to where you live, that's like your local bar.
Yeah, I mean, technically isn't, but it is. There's technically two bars between my house.
The Cocoa Lounge doesn't count.
Okay, that's fair. That one across the street from Pavlov's doesn't count.
Not unless you want hepatitis.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was very, very pleasant experience.
Right.
You know? Yeah, we'll have to go. So I wasn't mad at 60 cc's, but they got to figure their shit out a little bit.
They're new, yeah. I was gonna say although they've been brewing like through the pandemic. Yeah. So I think they were supposed to open last year or earlier this year than they did.
Yeah, and it was like when I showed up, I know it's pet friendly because they had their dog run around, which is fine until the dog started barking at somebody through the glass.
It's a little.
And I was a little annoyed by that.
During the summer, I'm cool with it because if you have an outdoor area and stuff like
Slow
that.
down.
But...
The dog was dressed like a taco.
Oh, okay. Never
Just
mind.
saying.
I'm back in. Yeah.
But
the dog should have been in a luchador costume.
I mean, that would have been awesome. But it's like
Not
when
really.
I showed up, it was just one lady sitting at the bar, and it was just I'm assuming it's the husband, because he kept saying, "I don't really know what I'm doing. My wife isn't here. She's the one. I don't really know." And then it got busy, and he got overwhelmed.
Oh no!
And then like the
Yeah,
wife and I'm guessing their daughter showed up, and then it kind of like eased out a little bit, but yeah.
well, that's good at least, because I was like, man, it's like, if you're gonna work there, buddy, you need to get some learning done, because
it was
the worst thing you can do for that business is not know anything about the product.
it's like it
How
wasn't even like
frustrating is it when
he just didn't know like how to operate like the credit card stuff. And
Oh jeez. Oh
yeah.
no.
But whatever, it was still fine.
His wife shows up and he's like, I've just been giving out free beer because I don't know
what the fuck's happening. The one thing I did like about it is like every flight glass was just $2. Okay, and that's pretty good. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, patron saints, gem mint.
Right. The other one they'll catch up. They just got to have a little time, probably.
Yeah, like I said, that was my only thing, was how absolutely bitter a lot of their beers were. But then they had a peanut butter porter that was delicious. They had like a winter warmer that was pretty good.
Okay, well that's good, because that shows you that they're not like just one note.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really not a fan of breweries that do that either. I've heard of some of them where like all they do is sours, or they only do this, and I'm like, why?
It's like
if someone doesn't like that, you're telling them they're not welcome in your establishment,
pretty much.
man. Come on, have something else. You know what I mean? Though it's like have at least a generic. Here's our ale or something. Like if you and I go, I don't like sours that well. I'll try them, but I don't really like them. So if you were like, hey, I want to go to this place, I'd be like, nah.
See, no, but here's I got a place for you now, Brian.
All right.
Here's what they're known for.
Yeah.
It's up in Michigan. They're known for their sours and their pizza. What do you do?
Yeah, the pizza's my way in for sure.
Yeah, it's Jolly Pumpkin.
Yeah. I think I've had stuff of theirs before.
Yeah, it's like they do sours, but they do them really well.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. If you're going to be one note, you got to be really good at it.
Yeah. I just don't like that. I just would prefer, like I said, if nothing else, just have a generic, or just have Budweiser there just in case.
No. Right out.
Well, then make your own pale ale or something, or a red at least, Give me one beer that isn't sour. It's the same as like if somebody wanted me to go to a winery, though, and I'm like, yeah, there's nothing there I'm gonna want.
It's like, when I went to Carolyn Brewing in Dayton, it's the one that's in a state park. It's like a historical brewery kind of thing.
Yeah,
and they brew the way they used to brew, so everything's a sour because that's the way it used to be.
Right.
Because it's like wild ales they make.
Yeah,
and
right.
Like when I was there, I was talking to the people working, and they're like, yeah, we got all our beer here, but we have to keep like Yingling and stuff in bottles.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why? And like, well, because people show up and then they try our beer and they don't like it because it's not what it's not what I'm used to.
Sure.
Brian Regan.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, it's like, there's going to be people who show up and it's like, yeah, this isn't my bag, man. Yeah. Just like if all you had was IPAs, there'd be plenty of people showing up going, man, I don't like IPAs, I just kind of think you're doing yourself a little bit of a disservice not having at least one or two other beers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree with that.
Or I guess,
is a spice of life. I've got that in a fortune cookie once.
Make a sarsaparilla or something, or if you have a bunch of like craft sodas, I can enjoy myself sampling around on that at least.
Or a nice whiskey bar,
or that. I mean, I would just be happier with that. Yeah, like, oh, they have sours and they have whiskeys. I'm like, I guess I'm not drinking any beer tonight.
You say?
Yeah.
Well, don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
No, it was good though. We should definitely take a pilgrimage.
All right.
Go get a couple beers and continue up the road and get some pizza at Stubborn Road.
Nice.
Right.
Speaking of fine beers, did you see what Miller Lite released over the holidays?
No, what did they release over?
They sold out very fast. No. They had the Beernaments, where they're ornaments that had beer in them, and you could, like, after you drink them, you could hang them on your tree.
Really?
Yeah. I tried to get some because when I saw they existed, I went to their site and they were like, we're gonna drop more tomorrow between this time and this time. So I kept refreshing, and I missed them apparently. So because I was gonna get a sixer of them because it was like $20 for 6 of them, and I was gonna get them. But then I'm like, well, look them up on eBay because I know there's people selling them. They were going for stupid money on eBay.
Wow, Miller Lite Beernaments. Yes, yeah. I guess I consent to cookies. Whatever. I want to look at this.
Yeah, I generally consent to cookies too.
Yeah. Wow, these are. I mean, I'm not a huge Miller Lite fan, but these are actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that's why I was like, if I could have got my hands on them, I would have. But
Christmas, that magical time of year.
Yep.
A Christmas miracle. 8 ounces of your favorite fine Pilsner.
Well, that's not true. It's got Miller Lite in it. Although, I guess in fairness, I don't have a favorite Pilsner, so it could be Miller Lite.
I mean, instructions. Amazing. Your Beerman arrived, crack it open by inserting a coin-like thingy. Oh, wait. What's going on here? What?
I don't know.
The instructions. Oh, I see. A coin-like thingy into each side a notch. Twist to separate. Wait a minute. They don't have beer in them.
They don't?
No, you put mini cans inside of them.
Oh, boo.
Not as cool.
So it doesn't come with a beer at all, and they're $20 for 6 of them?
Nope, and it's like, then there's this 8-ounce mini can locator. Let's see if there's any by us.
Good Lord. I'm glad I didn't get them then, because, I mean, not that I love their beer, but it was still like, that's kind of part of the reason you'd get them.
Apparently, we can find these mini cans in the old Monroe, Michigan Walmart.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, because what I was thinking was if I could get them in time before we did our next, like, sweet and salty language, that could be like our drink of choice during the sweet and salty language.
That would have been amazing until you realize it's not a real beer-filled ornament. It just holds it's a koozie. You're selling koozies.
Yeah. Boo.
Koozie, more like boozy, am I right?
Well, yeah, you are right. Well, because like in
and then the can
at the Star Wars.
The can, like the tab, that's what you put the hook on. So then you have this, unless you rinse it out, this rotten can hanging on your tree.
So I might as well just buy a sixer of like Tall Boys or something and hang them from my tree.
Yeah, it'd be just as classy.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
It is very disappointing.
All right, never mind. Strike this from the record. These are
Miller Lite.
Right
go fuck yourself. That's what I say.
So disappointed by that.
I'm very disappointed.
Yep. Man.
What did I just hit, Brian?
Because even at like the Star Wars park, they've got like Coke and Sprite in like little like they look like ornaments because that's basically what they are.
Right.
Because I had a friend of mine get a Coke one for my mom last year. And it's like a little ball almost that, it's kind of cool looking actually, and it's got whatever Star Wars language on the side of it. It's kind of a cool thing. And I like I said, a friend of mine was going, and I was like, hey, can you get me one of those? Because my mom collects Coke stuff, and I can't get one around here, obviously. I looked them up on eBay, and people want like, $15 for them, and they cost like $3. I'm like, I'll pay for the shipping. It'll be half the price that way.
You know what you should do as a goof? Is you should get your mom that Scarface poster is just covered in cocaine, sitting at the table and be like, what? You collect Coke stuff?
So does he with his nose.
Well, I was very excited about that. It was almost a
shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
But now it's a just shut up.
Yeah. So sad.
Very sad.
All right, fine. Well, we'll move on then.
All right. Oh, you know what? I actually have a shut up and take my money, Brian.
Shut up and
do
take
you?
my money.
I do.
Shut up and take my money.
I don't. All right.
I got this email.
All right.
Of course, my mouse is fucking up on me. All right, so Perfect. I got this email, right?
Yeah.
There's this website that I've bought, I've bought a knife off of before. Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Shout out. Good product.
All right.
And the subject of the email was flamethrowers for Christmas.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, what? And I'm thinking, like the Tesla flamethrower.
Yeah, sure. That we missed out on. Yeah.
But that's what I'm thinking. So I was like, well, let me go to this fucking thing. And it's for the low cost of $600 or 4 interest-free payments of $150 if you use Zuzzle, whatever that is.
Okay, right.
It's an actual flamethrower with a 25-foot range. Like, it's...
You mean brush clearer?
No, it's marketed as the Exothermic Technologies Pulse Fire LRT Flamethrower.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I started clicking through the images, and I'm like, well, let's just see what sort of stupid, 1-foot flame this thing has, stupid Elons.
I was expecting it to be like a little one for creme brulee, that maybe looks like a bigger one or something.
There's full-blown pictures of guys shooting fire very, very far.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm so confused. Is this something I can actually buy?
You should have sent a picture of that to your mom and be like, in lieu of.
Yeah, exactly. Keep your Texas Roadhouse because I need this in my life.
Right. And then for brush clearing.
Yes, for brush clearing.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
as I throw brush at my neighbor.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So I guess
Shut up and take my money.
I suppose.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Is $600? Is that justifiable?
Hey, hold on real quick, because I just stopped recording because, man, I got to piss.
All right. Well, let me stop recording on the video and then too. Or at least pause it somehow. Maybe. Well, that one doesn't matter. This one I can pause.
All right.
I'm trying to pause it. There it goes. Hey, welcome back to the program.
Hey. We left.
We don't break walls around here.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't get recorded, which was, can you just...
Yeah, $600 or 4 interest-free payments of $150 when you use Zezzle.
Now, hear me out.
Or Sezzle.
You're like, what am I going to do with this ham?
Yeah, you're right. I could just stick it on a steak and cook it from 25 feet away, apparently.
How great would that be? Can you imagine you're in your backyard or wherever doing this, right? Probably more like an open field. But,
no, probably my basement.
Yeah. You picture your neighbors walking by or looking outside and be like, what the hell is he doing? You're just, barbecuing it up.
Right.
Yep. You got to dress like Blowtorch from G.I. Joe if you're going to do it, though. That bright ass orange and yellow suit of his.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Here's one of the selling points, Brian. Over 4 minutes of fire.
I feel to some extent like this would turn into us as kids with a remote control car, except obviously way more dangerous. In that, we're just gonna want to open that sumbitch up and go full bore, and it's like, oh shit, I'm out of fuel.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, all right, hold on, refuel. Like, oh shit, I'm out of fuel.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that what I desire.
Yeah. Did you watch that yesterday?
What?
Apparently Metallica was doing a 40th anniversary concert or something like that on Amazon.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it might be on.
I did not see that.
They may have it on Amazon, to where you can still watch it. I don't know. I don't have Amazon, so I couldn't watch. Sad pant.
Let me see here. Metallica, Amazon. Let's see what's up. See what the internet has to tell me about this.
Mind your business.
Basically, right? Go fuck yourself.
Great if one time, you typed in something on Google that's kind of a, weird question, and the answer for it was how about you just mind your business?
That would be amazing, actually.
Shit, what did I? All right, I'm sorry.
So let's see here. It says Metallica to stream their...
I think it was just
40 years Metallica. That's insane to me, by the way. The 17th and the 19th. Yeah. Why wasn't I informed about this?
I didn't find out until yesterday. Because I followed Brian Posehn forever ago on Twitter, and he was posting like stills from it. But I didn't see them until much later.
They will be made available afterwards, so I could still watch it.
I figured so, because why wouldn't they,
right? That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. Huh.
Yeah. So there you go. Free Metallica concert in your living room.
Sort of.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. And you don't have to lose you.
Yeah, it's kind of part of the experience.
Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Well, speaking of, going back real quick, speaking of flamethrowers, I actually have a flamethrower story for the week.
Oh, really?
I do.
Well, let's keep talking flamethrowers, my guy.
All right. So apparently, this is from Gainesville.com.
Of course. And, Gainesville, Florida, right? It's not like Gainesville, Maine.
No, for sure. Yeah, boy, that would suck, wouldn't it? And you're just like on your sign for your city, it says, no, not Florida.
Yeah, exactly. No, seriously, not Florida.
No, the other one. Yeah, it says Gainesville. No, not not Florida. The other one. Like, this is some great tourism shirts. Apparently, a Gainesville man, angry over his neighbor's parking habits, sprayed fire from a commercial flamethrower toward a car with 3 teenagers inside, police said. Nobody was hurt.
Well, he's terrible at throwing flames.
Yeah, so Andre Abrams, 57, of Gainesville, is facing 3 counts of felony assault with a deadly weapon without a kill, according to court records.
On his mug.
It's 15 grand to get out, and the prosecutors have to decide whether they're going to formally file charges. The mother of one of the teens said Abrams frequently sprayed the flamethrower to scare off guests at her home.
So this is not a first time. It's just a thing he does.
She's quoted as saying, when he shoots it, it lights the whole road up. It's like daylight outside. He'll do it in the middle of the night. I kind of feel like if he's doing this regularly, there probably needs to be something done about this.
Yeah, you just stay away from him.
Oh my God!
Like, you mean Crazy Abrams up the road? Flamethrowing Abrams, as we call him.
He's using a $900 one from X Products LLC of Vancouver, Washington.
Oh wait! It says which one he's using.
Yeah,
no, not on my Art News article. God damn it!
Yeah, it's towards the bottom on the thing, but apparently this is something he does. You know, he admitted that he shot the flamethrower towards the vehicle, but denied targeting the teens. You know,
I mean, I guess.
He apparently has called the family that he shot it toward the worst thing that could ever happen to a neighborhood. Man. Florida.
We've discussed this before in our program. Fire fixes everything. He's just a man. He's a problem solver, Brian. He's a problem solver.
He's a problem.
No, problem solver.
Right.
I mean, if I'm 57 years old and there's some damn kids in my yard, I'm flamethrowing them.
Well, you just asked a little bit ago if you could justify $600. He justified $900, and look at all the good he's doing.
I agree. He's like Robin Hood with fire.
I got a feeling that I don't know. There, obviously there's bigger issues between him and his neighbors, and this is probably a both sides might be escalating things in this. I don't know. So but still that's a pretty extreme response.
It's not extreme enough. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what would have been fantastic is if he had been using the model you were just talking about.
Greatest.
That would have seemed so planned, and it's not, and you didn't know I had this, in my holster for stories. So it's even better. That's why I was laughing when you brought it up, because I'm like, holy shit, because the next story I was going to talk about was the flamethrower story.
Like I said, man, problem solver. In Florida, that's just standard issue. I'm pretty sure when you're born, they're like, here's your little flamethrower. Like Fisher Price's toddler's little flamethrower.
Adorable. Yeah.
What I know is these are way better than the Tesla flamethrowers.
Yeah. 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 Well, yeah. I mean, if nothing else, because you can actually buy one
That too.
You know. Jeez. Damn Tesla one sold out in like 2 seconds.
All right. Like he needs more money.
Yeah. Right. Jeez.
Wow.
Oh,
that's exciting. Do you got more fire stories?
I wish. No.
It's like I really don't have any news stories per se.
Let
me make sure. Let me see here.
I've got some. I've got us covered because
I have no news stories.
Well, I mean, I figured it's it's the Christmas one, or the holiday episode. So
please tell me it's
so we
Santa
gotta
using a flamethrower.
Oh, I wish. I don't have any Santa stories this year, actually. So a little saddened by that.
It's okay.
But
'tis okay.
So the next one I have, just because the headline on this just cracked me up, is, damn it. Sorry, I got to close a freaking pop-up here first.
Of course you do.
Right in the way of what I'm trying to read here. So 80,000 honeybees found in the wall of a shower. Also 100 pounds of honey. Quote, they were nice bees. the St. Petersburg, Florida homeowner said.
Florida again.
But a bathroom renovation meant they had to go. A beekeeper. I almost said a bear keeper.
Yes.
A beer keeper. Jesus. All right. I'm a mess, man. I'd like to be a beer keeper, but a beekeeper safely removed them. Wow. It says the colony size astounded even Alicia Bixler, the professional beekeeper, whom the couple got to get them out of there. It says there was honey everywhere. Walls, floors, on my shoes, doorknobs. Man, this sounds like a porn scene.
Holy shit.
Ms. Bixler recounted in an interview on Wednesday, I had to pull the wall down to the studs and get all that comb out. This really does sound like a porn.
I don't like this beekeeper speak. Get that comb out.
Yeah, 80,000 bees, 100 pounds of honey. I feel like they should have had to leave them there, considering the plight of bees now.
Yeah, fuck your shower. You're in Florida. You don't need a shower.
Yeah, sorry. You just got to wall it up. That's the bees' shower now.
Exactly. The bees live in this house, unless you have a flamethrower.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Says the couple, their 2 children and 2 Great Danes had learned to coexist with the house guests, despite occasional bee stings.
Wow.
Quote, we both really love nature and we love bees, Ms. Graham said. We're like, we'll leave you alone. You leave us alone. They were nice bees, so we were like, sure, go ahead. Live in our
What is wrong with people, man?
But the cohabitation had to end when the family decided to renovate the bathroom.
They were nice bees. They're cool if they're out in a yard in like a pre-existing hive that you take care of or whatever. If they're in your walls, the last thing I want to do is, like, if I'm in the shower, like, scrubbing my junk, and then I look down, there's a bee landing on my helmet or something.
AB. There's 80,000 bees in there. I mean, you just come out.
Exactly. You look like one of those Ripley's Believe It or Not guys.
Like they were the beard of bees.
Except it'd be me screaming.
Well, here's something I didn't know. Last week we learned about otters. This week we're going to learn a little something. Well, I'm going to learn something
Discovery Corner here with Brian.
He's here. I've got more science to come. So it says waiting to call someone to remove bees has major drawbacks, said Professor Page, author of Who Cares. He said that bees can damage drywall and the honey can ferment, causing odors that can attract ants.
So they're making wall mead.
Yep. Do you want ants? Because this is
exactly. You've heard of bathtub gin. Have you ever heard of wall mead?
Yeah. Oh man. Miss Bixler saved a lot of the honey, which she said she fed to the bees that she has rescued and keeps at her small urban farm in St. Petersburg. That's the beekeeper, in case people don't remember. The Grahams held on to some of the honey for themselves.
Rolling around in it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
wow.
The woman did tell the homeowner did tell the bees goodbye and that they were getting a new house. I still think it's bullshit that, in this pandemic that, 80,000 bees going to get evicted.
I mean, fuck them bees. They can't pay rent. Get the fuck out.
Producing honey. Honey's expensive.
There's going to be 80,000 little couches and TVs on the curb.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. Oh shit. It's like when you go to a farmer's market and you buy honey, it's like $9 for a little container of it. True. This ain't like in a bear honey at the Kroger for like $4.
That's like I've seen some shit about that honey. A lot of times that's honey.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Delicious. Or I'm sorry, delicious.
If some honey company's not using that, our honey is delicious.
Oh, someone has to. Yeah,
you want
for
your
sure.
Taste buds to get stunned. You ever have honey and get buzzed? I know.
Terrible. All right, so moving on to, more. If you want to hit your sound drop of Jesse from
yes, science
Breaking Bad. Yeah. So between that and the next thing, have you heard about the Webb Telescope?
What?
The Webb Telescope. WEBB.
Oh, 2 B's.
Yeah.
Okay, we're pulling it up.
See, we were just talking about bees.
Hey, all right, I got it. It's up and about.
All right. So this telescope, I saw this thing on 60 Minutes about it.
Can you believe 60 Minutes?
I had read about it.
They're all old people.
No. Well, this is they're going to launch this, I believe, on Christmas Eve. Yeah. 7:20 a.m. Eastern time.
It might interfere with Santa's flight plan.
Nah, Santa's going to help. Yeah.
That's cool.
They're going to launch it from a rocket from Europe's spaceport in some place.
Oh, all right.
The northeastern coast of South America.
So what makes this thing super sexy?
So they think they might be able to see all the way back to the Big Bang with this telescope.
Well, that's pretty wild.
Because of how it reflects. Right. And this may give them insight into formations of things since the Big Bang.
So they're going to see Jesus' birthday, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they're launching at Christmas Eve. It all makes sense now.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
It all makes sense.
Yeah. It's the reason for the season.
The season.
No, I mean, but this is like watching these scientists on 60 Minutes talk about it, man. They were geeking out like crazy. Sure. And it's pretty exciting because, like this woman was talking about how like all the things we know of in, that have been discovered and all this other stuff, how it's only like this tiny % of what we think is out there. And this may basically blow the door open to see way more stuff. But the scary part about it is that it's got basically what's going to happen is they launch it. And then once it's up certain distance or what, it's in a rocket, then the rocket, does what it does. And yeah. And then this thing has 5 layers of essentially like, what did they compare it to? Basically, I think it was something like Mylar and balloons is kind of what they compared it to. But this is obviously, space age Mylar.
Sick ass Mylar.
So there's 5 layers of this, and they have to expand each one of these things in the way it is. And the reporter was like, how many of them can misfire and it still work? And like, none. There's 0 room for error, basically. And this has taken them years to create because how in science, basically, especially in anything you're shooting into space, anything that changes any variable anywhere in the whole thing, you have to go all the way back and do all the math again. You have to make sure every little piece of math is correct. So if you're like, oh shit, the wind's actually going to be 4 miles an hour, not 3, you have to go all the way back and redo all that math. So it takes forever. Plus, they're trying to think of every little thing that could happen.
Someone who's played the Kerbal Space Program game and failed miserably at it. Yes, you do have to do that.
Right, you're an expert.
I'm gonna land a fucking rover on Mars. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There was a great, I forgot if it was Star Talk or there was a podcast where there's a woman who wrote a book about going to Mars, and her job essentially was to help with the thinking of every little tiny freaking detail along the way.
What you're saying,
because like she said, basically she had, because she has to be, because like they obviously they worry about how are we going to cool the jet, and then it was like, oh well, we can use urine, and because urine will
man,
cool.
Space is gonna stink.
Yeah.
You ever had hot urine? You ever piss on a fire? Oh boy.
All the time. Yeah. So anyway, so there's not a lot of room for error in this thing. And basically what'll happen, if hopefully nothing bad happens, hopefully it just goes up and everything works great so that it can just basically then just head toward the sun, essentially. Is that basically what's going to happen is if something does go wrong, they have things on it that allow it to basically, for the lack of a better term, basically wiggle or shimmy to pop the pieces where they need to be. So there's a little bit that they can kind of do by hand, but once it's up, they're not going to be able to like send a crew to fix it.
Instead of a telescope, can we call it a twerkoscope? Okay.
Yes. That'd be awesome. But like the Hubble, we can actually send people to go fix. This is going to be too far away. So once it get going, and this is a very expensive project, so hopefully it works, because if not, it's literally just going to be like burning a lot of money up.
That's what we do as humans. We
true.
love lighting money on fire.
Yeah, but if anyone wants to watch it, NASA will have it on their website. I'll have the link to nasa.gov actually right here. Their press release on the thing is, like I said, if you're the 24th, if you get this before the 24th of December this year, 7:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's bright and early.
4:20.
Nice. No. So yeah, I'm hoping this that everything goes as planned, because God, just the idea of how how many people have probably worked on this over the years, all the hours put into it, all the money, all this. It's like, in just one little thing somewhere could just bone the whole project.
Exactly. Like it goes to start unfolding, and fucking goddamn Timothy left his sub sandwich on it.
As he does. He's known for.
Now one of the panels smeared in mayonnaise and salami. Can't see shit. Thanks, Tim.
Yep. It's rude.
You had to get your fucking Italian BMT up on that thing. Piece of shit.
Yep. Just had to get Jimmy John's. Yeah, like the guy said, basically they have a certain amount of time where they can do the wiggling and different stuff to try to get those pieces to extend.
Scientifically,
once it gets to a certain point, though, it's pretty much like
it's all twerked out.
Well, yeah. So like I said, I hope everything goes off without a hitch for him, because it is pretty exciting to be able to maybe see that far back. And for anyone who doesn't understand, I'm not going to get into the whole why you can actually see something that's in our past, but the best way real quick I can do is, like, if we look at the sky, the stars we see right now are not the stars as they are. It's how the stars were. It's just taken the light that long to get to us. If you want more explanation than that, I suggest buying books and stuff on it. Yeah, because I'm not smart enough to explain it beyond basically what I just explained.
I think you did a good layman's job. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll have Tate listen and
she'll critique the shit out
shake
of
her head, and rightfully so.
It's okay.
But
it's been a long time since she's critiqued us on the program, so
it's true. It's true. So all right. So now let's get back more into my wheelhouse here. I got a story from the New York Post. Rampaging monkeys kill 250 dogs in India in revenge massacre.
Revenge massacre?
Yep. In a small Indian village, a pack of murderous monkeys have started a war with the local canines. Around 250 dogs have been dragged to the tops of buildings and trees and dropped by a crew of raging primates that are apparently
going on in India?
with the pups after they killed one of their babies.
Oh, I see.
So apparently you don't fuck with monkeys' babies. That's the other thing we're learning this week.
Oh, apparently.
It says the 18, or told News 18, I'm sorry. The monkeys have been on a quest for revenge, and in the nearby Lavule village, not a single dog has survived the purge.
Someone made a movie poster for this. It just says Badla to revenge.
No, dude.
That's pretty fucked up.
Right? It sounds like literally these monkeys are hunting any dog they find and killing them. Savages.
Fucking goddamn, that is crazy, isn't it? Dropping them off of roofs and shit.
Yeah. Oh, how about that? The villagers decided to take action and try to wrangle up the monkeys, but the simians then turned their sights on the local men, some of whom have been injured after falling from buildings while trying to save the dogs. So,
Jesus.
Like they're trying to kill men now too.
That is madness.
Apparently they're starting to target small children en route to school too.
These monkeys need to be stopped, clearly.
Yeah.
But where's Caesar? Insane. We got to take him down. He's the leader.
I mean, good Lord.
That is insane to me.
Yeah. Right? That's why I couldn't resist this one. It was like, I'm laughing, but it's more at the incredulousness of this, not, I'm not laughing at the death of the dogs. That's horrible, but holy shit, like these monkeys have killed 250 dogs.
How confused these dogs are.
Right? They probably don't know what the hell they did, and they just get thrown off of buildings.
Fucking yeeted right off of some goddamn mud hut. Hey there, enthusiasts. We lost a good half hour to 40 minutes of the video for some reason. I don't know why. The audio was fine, but I just this episode started recording in two formats. One for your YouTubes and landscape, and one for your profiles for TikTok and Instagram. So I happen to have the rest of the video, but you're going to be forced to watch it in profile mode. I apologize. Here's the rest of the show.
Yeah, they think it's like a scene from The Lion King, and next thing you know, it's like, fuck.
That is insane. I can't even wrap my head around this.
I thought this was a joke at first, but it is not. But man, I hopefully somebody can can stop these things. I don't know how they're going to be able to stop them.
I know how, Brian. You need that Gainesville man and his $900 flamethrower to start walking around India.
Fair enough. Maybe.
Yeah.
But it does lead me into Marvel apparently is debuting a new logo for the Punisher.
Oh, really?
Which, see how I could kind of tie that together. Yeah. But yeah, I guess in the new storyline, he's I think he's working for the Hand, I think. But they've changed, they changed the logo because a lot of what was going on.
Yeah, because the Punisher logo has been adopted.
Yeah, and not by good people a lot of times. So they decided to. My guess is.
I don't like it. I'll be honest.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm not a fan either. I don't. I understand kind of what they're going for with it is that it's because he's working for, like I said, like the what's it called? The character's called the Beast or something like that, I think.
Beast from the East?
And no, it's not Bam Bam Bigelow. I wish. It'd be awesome. No. But anyway, yeah, I'm not a fan.
No, I don't like it at all.
It's going to be a logo, or if it's just for this.
I hope it's just for the storyline, because as a Punisher fan, I mean,
you make me sad.
Yeah, but I also very much understand them wanting to go away from that logo.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, which is sad because it's a great logo.
It's a classic. You ever want Skull Teeth to be, fucking rifle magazines? Hell yeah.
Right. Who doesn't? Yeah, exactly.
Goddamn right. Frank Castle, that's who.
Yeah. So, all right. So I have one last story here, and then one other thing for us to talk about real quick. So, I saw this on somewhere else, but I was looking for a site that I had heard of, so I ended up using Barstool, even though I don't like giving them clicks. As a porn actress promised a Russian chess grandmaster a night with her if he won the world title. And he blew it. So first of all, so this woman who has like an OnlyFans and she's done, you know, like some nerdy films. No, I don't know what she's done. But she has an OnlyFans and she's a content creator and what have you. She posted on her Instagram a picture basically of her, you know, with a sign saying that she would give him a night with her if he were to win. And, you know, like I said, he didn't. And also he's I think I read that he's very much in a relationship. That could have got real yeah, could have got a little squirrely if he had won. So the question is, did he throw it? No, I'm kidding. So, you know, in Magic, like when you're in a tournament, right, you get to the finals and it's one of those to where you're like, hey, do you just want to split? Or how about you keep this, I'll keep this kind of scenario. It's like, you know, is that okay in chess? Like, was he like, bruh,
you can get the prize.
All I need to win. Yeah, you get the money. I don't give a shit. I just need the win because I get this if I win. Is that cool? And was the other guy just a giant dick about it going, nah.
I mean,
yet.
That would be hilarious if that's what the other guy was.
Yeah. He's just like, I say thee nay.
I don't give a shit about your blue balls, bro. Checkmate.
Yeah.
Wow, that is something right there, isn't it?
One of the other sites that I was on said that, you know, they think it was just done mostly as a, you know, publicity for her.
I can see that too.
Page and stuff, which is fine. Who cares, right? You know, but I just thought it was a kind of a funny thing because, you know, I mean, apparently she's a big fan of chess. I don't know. I mean, you know. Also, I mean, do you think she was watching? You know, is she, you know, cheering for the guy? Is she, you know?
She's probably got some chess pieces that are probably like 8 or 9 inches long, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, did you say chest pieces?
Chess, no.
Oh, I think
no,
chest pieces.
I'm looking at her picture. She definitely doesn't have giant chest pieces.
No. I mean, they're fine.
No,
There's nothing wrong with them.
I wouldn't throw them out of a car or throw them off the top of a building like a bad dog.
You'd take them if you won the Russian world or the world championships.
Exactly.
You know? Anyways, just a weird story, but whatever. In the end, unfortunately, he didn't win. Otherwise, maybe they'd made a movie out of this. You know?
Oh God, I'm dying. I'm back.
The real question is, apparently, she didn't specify what a night with her meant, because, you know, maybe it's just, hey, let's just get some corn dogs. Yeah,
it would be.
I mean, that's reasonable though, right? I mean,
like, you're a grandmaster.
Like, hey, I'll hang
moves.
with you. You know,
he's like, I wanted to show you some moves,
right?
But
yeah,
I can't because I choked, and now I got to go home and choke.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Quack, quack.
Chicken.
Quack, quack.
Yeah. Quack, quack, motherfucker.
Yes,
quack, quack. All right, so the last thing to talk about is, both watch this trailer for a film with Hollywood legend Nicolas Cage coming out, where Nicolas Cage plays his greatest role ever himself. Sorta. And this movie looks like he's playing himself as though he's like down on his luck kind of a thing. Like he needs like one more score basically to, I forgot what he's trying to get out of trouble or something. He owes money or something. Yeah. And he's just trying to get like another big part. And but the trailer for it is just Nicolas Cage, Caging it up.
That's 100% accurate.
I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty good. Yeah. I actually think it looks pretty strong. I like Bruce Campbell when he did this. I thought it was an awesome movie and fun to watch.
Yeah,
My Name is Bruce or whatever it was. Yeah, and where they think he's gonna save him from the, stuff like in Evil Dead, and he's like, that's not who I am.
Yeah, it's like
just
from what
actor.
I'm picking up, is like The Mandalorian is a huge fan. And he's just having him reenact all his characters throughout the movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which I think is hilarious.
Me too. I'm looking for... I want to pull up... There's the IMDb for it, so I can pull up...
Yeah, I love the name, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which was actually the other name for our podcast. It's just a little...
that's true.
As well. A little wordy.
Yeah, a little wordy. Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, so it's a cash-strapped Nicolas Cage agrees to make a paid appearance at a billionaire superfan's birthday party, but is really an informant for the CIA since the billionaire fan is a drug kingpin and gets cast in a Tarantino movie. And it stars Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal, and Neil Patrick Harris, as well as Tiffany Haddish is in it. Ike Barinholtz is in it. I'm looking for other people I know. All right. Okay, those are the only ones I know, but still, looks like a fun romp of a movie.
I know people shit on Nicolas Cage, but I thoroughly enjoy his projects.
Dude, I shit on him too, but it's like it's very much like certain movies of his. It's like he's the perfect guy to cast in that role. This feels like he's probably the right guy for this role. And I appreciate the fact that he's not taking himself too seriously, that he wasn't fuck you, about.
That's something we've been wanting to do here with Leah, is have a Nicolas Cage-a-thon and just watch a bunch of Nick Cage movies.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Fucking mouse. I swear to God. There's going to be some podcast where if you're watching the video, you're going to see it go flying across the room. I swear to God.
Yeah, it looks like this is still, a good ways off. Like it's not coming out soon. It looks like because it says post-production expected in April. Yeah, so it's still a decent little ways off. Plus,
my birthday.
Well, with COVID and stuff, you never know if it gets pushed even further.
For my birthday, stop ruining my dreams.
All right. Nope.
Son of a bitch.
That's what I live for. All right, so there you go. That I believe is all stuff
so
that I.
That sounds like a time to segue over to the QoftheW.
Indeed,
Slide over here. So last week for our QoftheW, we asked y'all, you have to make a dark, gritty sequel to a classic kids movie. What do you make? Question mark. On the old face page, Brian, I got Mark Hershen. Says Homeless Alone. The follow-up story of Kevin, now an adult, abandoned by family and friends, living on the street, who's being stalked by a serial killing, murdering the homeless.
Wow.
Right.
Jeez, that's dark. All right.
And next one we have is from Big Dev. Diamond fan, Big
You mean?
Dev. And
okay, I was going to say.
I do believe they started filming this in India already. It's a gritty remake of Homeward Bound. It's an all-monkey cast. But...
Yeah. Normally I'd be in for that, but I don't know about this one. Normally, if you say the words all monkey cast, I'm in. It doesn't.
Who cares? All monkey cast.
Like I broke my leg, and you go, I'm going to make you an all monkey cast. True. I'm in.
Have you ever had your leg cast in monkey bone?
Who hasn't? That's why I came to you, because I know it's your specialty.
Went to school for it. That's what I have on Face page. But if we flip it on over to our Instagram, which is just that salty language. We got the old Disco Daddy down under, our pal Angry Oz. He says Polar Express 2, Murder of the Polar Express.
Oh man, Murder on the Polar Express? That'd be crazy.
Then he keeps going. He goes Moana 2.
Well, in fairness, it is what he does.
It's true. He says Moana 2, The Molokai Diaries.
I haven't seen Moana, so I got no reference in that.
Snow White 2, Rahifenal Wedding, a.k.a. 3 holes, 7 dwarves, a.k.a. hi-ho, off to work we go. I know, right?
Jeez. Yeah, that one's on the adult
There's
channel
actually
for
8
sure.
dwarves. The 8th dwarf doesn't get much play, but he's girthy, so I mean he's perfect for that role.
That is his name, right?
Yes,
girthy.
he's girthy, exactly.
Though what's funny though is that, like, when you look at him, he's not girthy. He's just an average size.
He takes his little dwarf pants off.
Right. You're like, why do they call you girthy? I don't want to talk about it. Like, I don't like to brag, you know. Like, there's a reason why it looks like I have an extra set of footprints.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Peanuts 2. You're a fuckhead, Charlie Brown. I'm okay with that. Smurf versus Judge Dredd. I don't know if it's a sequel to anything, but
clearly the Smurfs win in that, of course, right?
Jesus. Tangled. Rapunzel gets chemo.
Whoa. Well, I mean, she doesn't have the hair, I guess. But...
And then we go to Freehand Furniture, which I want to say... Oh, that's not who I thought it was. Huh. All right. Freehand Furniture says, Beethoven, The Slaughtering. Also filmed in India.
Oh, my. Yeah.
Sandlot 3, Meth Lab Next Door. Boy, he's rolling, too.
First of all, I got to say, there shouldn't be a Sandlot 2.
Yeah.
That shouldn't exist. Sandlot's a perfect movie and should be left alone.
Kindergarten Cop Janitorial Edition. Guess who's going deep undercover? And last but not least.
Yeah, because once again, like, the person who's going to go undercover is the only guy in town that's that build with the German
a shredded fucking bodybuilder.
Are you Arnold? No.
I'm just cleaning the toilets.
He points to his name tag. It says Irma.
Clearly, I am Irma.
Yeah. Like, you see the hat. I'm Mrs. Nesbit. Sorry, that's a Toy Story reference.
Very good.
If you didn't get
that. Last but not least, he says, The Wiz 2, The Public Whizzer, inside the mind of a childhood star, turned sex offender.
Oh, my. Wow, that got real dark.
And that's that's quite the turnout on my end of the QoftheW. What do you got, Brian?
Yeah. I do have one from Cheeto. I forgot. Sorry. Almost forgot about Cheeto's response.
Cheeto. He's our homie.
All right, he says, a dark and gritty sequel to a classic kids movie. How about the never-ending story, but the story ends badly?
It's filmed in India. A flying snake dog off a roof.
Like Atreyu killing and eating his horse. The nothing wiping out the land and Bastion crying his bitch ass to death. Maybe an all dogs go to heaven sequel, but all cats go to hell. Harry and the Hendersons, but in the sequel, Harry gets rabid and ends up maiming and killing the family, then gets shot and killed by the town sheriff. Also, by the way, John Lithgow's ass makes an appearance in that movie. Yeah. And he says, I don't know, boys. I think I hear Hollywood calling. I got to say, the last one, the Harry and the Hendersons one, almost sounds like an episode of... Have you ever seen Pickles the dog?
No, I have not.
On Adult Swim? Oh, my God. It's a fucked up cartoon. Pickles is basically like a demonic dog that just slaughters, but he's like the pet of this kid who wears like this just corny kid who wears these like leg braces. And it's hard to describe. You just have to watch it to really. When I first saw it, I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And I kind of thought it was stupid. The more I watch it, the more I find myself laughing. Yeah, I find myself laughing at some kind of dark stuff in the show. Anyway, so there you go. Those are our answers for this week or last week's.
Excellent work.
QoftheW.
Excellent work.
And for this week's QoftheW. I have 1 through it's 15 because I have one for next week already planned out here. But 15.
My fucking thing turned off. Let's go 12. I wanted AI
12.
For me.
All right, this isn't very Christmassy, but
Do you have any Christmas related ones on there?
I was just looking and I was trying to think of one. Oddly enough, there is one question on here we've kind of already answered tonight, actually. But
how many dogs? Oh wait.
All right. So no. It has nothing to do with dogs or monkeys. All right. So this week's question is, what's your favorite bread?
What's my like the band bread? How about that?
Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah. No. You know, like
my favorite bread.
It doesn't. Doesn't have to be like a brand, but like, you know, if like, what's your go-to bread?
Fair enough. Wow. See, it's with me. It's very situational, Brian.
Right. It depends on what sandwich you're
what
eating
I'm doing
or what
with
you're eating.
said
right?
bread.
How about this? What bread do you think you would go to more often than not? That isn't, you know, like white
sourdough, bro.
Right. See, that's kind of where I'm thinking too. I'm a big fan of sourdough, and it works in different ways too. Like, I love sourdough for like a patty melt. I love sourdough for just sourdough for just regular sandwiches. Yeah, I like it. English muffins that are sourdough, you know, like I'm just a big fan of sourdough in general. I think that's mine too. Although I will say there is something about the nice treat of like a rye bread sometimes when it's a decent rye.
If I'm making toast, you better give me that pumpernickel. I will fuck up your life if you don't. Yeah,
that's good to know.
Seriously.
Good to know. Pumpernickel, and we'll have some of that butter for you. What'd you call it? The cowboy jizz butter or whatever it was.
Gunslinger jizz. Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, which unfortunately won't be the name of the
episode. Too bad.
Unless I switched it to like Gunslinger Jazz, and it'd just be our little secret tea. So, all right. I'm the same way. Like the last time I ordered breakfast at a place, you know, and they're like, you know, you get some toast, and I was expecting the, you know, white or wheat, and the girl was like, white wheat, rye or pumpernickel, and I was like, fucking pumpernickel for sure. Because
your stupid face if you're lying.
You usually don't get that as an option. You might get rye if you're lucky, you know, but usually you just get white or wheat basically, and it's like, neither, but wheat, I guess, you know, because I don't like white bread anymore. But yeah, if my options extend to rye, it's rye every time.
That's what my tattoo says.
Oddly enough, it has to do with your whiskey choice as well, right? No. Yeah. It's very,
I'm just saying.
Think about that. That's perfect. Huh. That would be funny to have a rye or die like tattoo, t-shirt, whatever, and someone thinks it has to do with whiskey, and you're like, no, man, I mean bread. Like you turn around, there's just a loaf of bread on the back. like, oh, like all right, well, I thought you were kind of cool, but then
I guess.
I get it, but all right.
I guess.
Rye or die, baby. No, I kind of want to make rye or die shirts with the bread on them, not the whiskey, but bread. No, nice swirl rye, you know.
Hell yeah.
I would say rye's probably my favorite bread for a club sandwich. That's my, because it's firm enough. You know,
take a beating that you're gonna give it.
Oh, I'm going to. Like I'm a monkey, and it's anyway.
Innocent pupper.
I still can't get over that. 250 dogs, man.
All right.
Jeez, who knew? Like if you had a dog problem, like when those areas where they got them like coyote problems, maybe they should just drop in some of these monkeys. Maybe these monkeys should become commandos or something. Yeah, you know, like oddly enough, they're monkeys, they're gorillas. You know,
that's what you're doing. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's wild,
fuck, man. Like who weaponized these monkeys?
I told you, Caesar. I've seen the movie.
Yeah. Damn it, you're right. This is Outbreak.
What? This is Kong. Where is this Lancelot Link? What's going on here?
What? That would be a real dark episode of Land.
What is this, MVP, man? Most valuable primate?
Oh, that's a classic. What is this, Ed?
Exactly. What is this, Dunstan checks in?
God damn it, I'm running low on monkey movies. Shit.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of out too.
Damn it, I can't think. I mean, without obviously going into like all the King Kong movies or something. I'm trying to think of like, you know, other movies. Oh, duh, Planet of the Apes.
Caesar
Come on,
comes
Brian.
From. Come on now.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, okay,
yeah,
fine.
okay,
Return to the Planet of the Apes or something. And, yeah,
What
whatever.
is this, that weird movie with Clint Eastwood and the orangutan? That's what it was.
Every Which Way But Loose. Yep. Or there's a sequel. I can't remember the name of the sequel. It's similar in the title, but I can't remember the name of it. Right Turn Clyde. Yep. I love those movies when I was a kid.
They probably don't hold up.
Oh, I'm sure they can't hold up, right? Like, although maybe they do, because maybe they're so camp and cheesy that, I mean, it's an orangutan that punches people. But that's gold. That's comedy gold right there. If I walk into a writer's room and I'm like, okay, I got an idea. It's an orangutan that punches people.
Punches people. Now let's write a movie around it.
Exactly. I feel like Netflix is going to, you know, be like, we'll give you 2 seasons, you know. Oh, real quick, have you seen, like, Netflix has been canceling shows after a couple seasons now? And I'm thinking, like, I'm starting to think it's strategery. Yeah, remember Cartoon Network, how once a cartoon got to 100 episodes, they would cancel it, no matter what it was? Like, remember they canceled Teen Titans at 100 episodes, even though it was, like, the most popular show. No, once you have 100, you get syndication.
Syndication.
Yeah,
so like at the fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, so they just so they just start selling off the rights sometimes, but it's just funny how
what a bunch of asshats.
I kind of wonder if basically what Netflix is doing, right, is they just keep throwing money at all these different shows, and instead of worrying about getting 10 seasons out of a show, it's like, well, if we can get 2 or 3 out of it, that gets someone to watch 2 or 3 seasons of it, and their short attention span means they'll be cool with just jumping to another show now, you know. And hey, here's the new hotness.
I can totally believe that. Yeah,
right? Because that's kind of how attention spans are. Is there's shows where there's like 4 or 5 seasons. Like I've watched the first 2 seasons of Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. I have not watched the next 2 seasons. I watched the first 2 or so seasons of Orange is the New Black. I stopped. And because I kind of lost interest, you know, so
people's attention spans can be measured in nanoseconds.
I might be their demographic. So, yeah, it kind of sucks for some shows though, because you know, some shows feel like, you know how it is, like the first season, a lot of times shows, it's still feeling itself out. Second season, usually it's like, okay, you already know who everyone is. You know the scenery. We can tell stories now. Then usually season 3 is really kind of where it kind of hits its stride a lot of times, you know. And so now Netflix is only giving shows like 2 or 3 seasons. So, you know, if you're going to them, I would say only plan, you know, 2 to 3 seasons of your show. You know, or have an out so that if they kind of cancel it, you can be like, well, we can tell this story, you know, and then we'll start another arc if they'll give us another season. Or don't, whatever. What do I know? My days in the TV industry are far gone.
For sure, right?
Yeah, because they never existed. And yep. So, one last thing. Watch the new episode of
I still haven't watched any episode.
It's Quanath. And this coming week is the finale already of it. So there's only 6 episodes, and then before too long, Book of Boba Fett starts.
Yeah, I'm just I suck. I haven't watched any Hawkeye.
Yep.
I know.
Sad.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, pretty much. You're worse than those monkeys.
Just put my Wilbur costume on, go to India.
Yeah, right. Oh no, I don't think they'll let you travel right now. No, it'd be funny. Like they're like, you know, India's announced a travel ban, and people are like, well, right, COVID. And they're like, no, like these fucking monkeys, like,
bro.
We can't, like they run the country now. We can't stop them. like, with their population, those monkeys have just taken it over, though. Like, no one wants to fuck with those things. Like, we're all gonna just leave, actually, and let them have free run
now
here.
Become, Monkey Manhattan or whatever.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how they stop it without essentially killing the monkeys. I don't know if it's probably going to be how it turns out. Because what else are you going to do, right? I mean, drop Sharknadoes on them, maybe. Monkey Sharknado?
Yeah, you definitely just got to go in there and roll heavy.
Yeah, I think so, too. Yeah. Yep. Sending in Jack Bauer. No.
Jack Bauer. Yes.
Jason Bourne? Jason Statham over there. Just as himself. But, just like, hey, there you go. Take care of the problem. He's like, guys, I'm an actor. You'll figure it out. I've seen the Transporter. You're good at this. He's like, no, that was all choreographed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman, I'm putting in charge. Like, hey, you know how to handle monkey outbreaks.
Yes, indeed.
Definitely not Charlton Heston, because he was on the wrong side of it.
Sweet gamer tag.
Right? Yeah. True. Fair enough. Also, monkeys are not apes. I just want to make sure everyone listening knows I know the damn difference between them.
And those dogs certainly don't care.
That's true. And most of the internet doesn't care either. Because you see people all the time, like, referring to apes as monkeys. So, like, calling chimpanzees monkeys, How
about monkey?
It's like, they don't have tails. Monkeyansies. That's my new punk band name. For the Monkeyansies.
Just do punk covers of monkey songs.
Dude, I was just gonna say that because I was gonna say the logo is gonna look like the Monkeys logo. Yes.
Now we're talking.
Well, what we do is we take Fugazi and the Monkeys, and we just do a mix of the two. Monkazis, yeah. Or we just do Ozzy covers in monkey suits. Yeah.
Oh,
all right. Enough of this.
Yeah, I know.
Enough of this monkey
let's
business.
Get the fuck out of here. What are we doing?
Yeah. Amen. All right. Head on over to saltylanguage.com. Click all the links. Check out the past episodes. You can find the... I was like...
You're right over there.
Boy, just hit a wall right there, man. I was going real fast. I'm like, I'm just gonna drift. It's gonna look so cool, and I just put it right into the wall like I'm Earnhardt. So you can find the link to the network that we're a part of.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Tangent Bound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com. So please go check out the other shows there. Say howdy doody to them. If you're looking to start a podcast or looking to be part of Mark's
Empire,
I don't even know. Basically, he's starting his own Alibaba, yes. I think, because he's going to have everything for sale. And anyways, if you're looking to start a show, go talk to them. They're real good about that kind of whatnot. I just saw a minute ago that Hobie's recording their whatever it is, their award show or whatever. But I can't help but notice I've never been nominated for anything on that show.
That is bullshit.
It's bullshit. I believe you've been nominated once. Cheeto's been nominated, and I haven't been. What the hell?
That's some bullshit. You should at least be nominated for World's Best Brian.
Yeah, exactly. Sir not appearing in this podcast. Something to that effect. Jeez. Anyway, maybe I'll just make up my own award and give it to myself.
If you do, you have to make a video of it and send it to him.
Dude, what would be funny? Oh, I got a great idea for this. Would be to be like, the winner is, and have me open an envelope and be like, oh my God, it's me, and then show you and be like, Brian couldn't be in attendance tonight, so accepting on his behalf is Tony. Or Brian didn't want to attend your podcast. So anyway, yeah. So please check out the shows on that network, and whatever. Maybe probably find some other shows that you dig. If you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tsunami.
You can find me on Instagram at The Monotony. Salty Language can be found, of course, if you want to watch the videos on Salty Language Pod. It'll be there. Brian and I should have a little snacky snack video coming up within the week or two, I would say, because, editing. And of course, I'm going to start pushing our little TikTok platform again, because it seems like everybody's there, so why not get some eyes on us? And so that's Salty Language on TikTok and everything else. Just saltylanguage.com. Just go there. Fucking go there.
Right. And once again, check out our Christmas playlist over on the YouTube.
You said you'll have a link for, right, Bro?
Yeah, in the show notes, there'll be a link for that. Go check that out as well. And I guess with that, hey, hope everyone has a safe holiday. Please be safe. I know a lot of people are wanting to do big gatherings and whatnot this year, but with some of the COVID still hanging the way it is in this new variant, it's like, please be safe and safe as possible, I guess. And hope you get everything you wish for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Flying Spaghetti Monster Day. I don't know, whatever it is. Whatever it is you celebrate. Yeah, whatever gifts you get, I hope they're awesome. And, yeah.
Excellent work, Brian.
Thank you. I'm wording very well all of a sudden. I think I'm having a stroke. Anyway. But yeah, happy holidays to everybody. Thank you for listening to our podcast. And of course,
oh, wait. We got to do our fortune.
Oh, you're right. Well,
yeah,
stay salty.
Stay festive, even.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good call. Yeah. Let's see what our
and your second fortune of the week is you will enjoy good health and financial independence with your dick.